I am 37 years old and I learned that I was dyslexic at the ripe age of 13. My parents always used to question how I managed to fail certain subjects. I tried my hardest to be a straight A student, but that was challenging in subjects that I never really paid any attention to. Yeah, that makes sense. I was very lucky to have open minded parents who were willing to help me figure out what was going on and appreciative of all of the effort that I put in. That is awesome. A year later, I was diagnosed with dyslexia and gifted. I was twice exceptional, which is probably what let me go undetected for so long. That's actually often called stealth dyslexia. I used to always get bullied by my friends and called stupid and slow by all my teachers who didn't see how much effort and tears I put into trying to learn the subjects they were teaching in order to prove them wrong. There was this one teacher who, before I was diagnosed, worked with me on ways to cope with struggles that I had at school. She used to tell me that intelligence is not determined by school exams and that I'm a very bright person. Without her, I probably would have given up a long time ago. I've kept her in my head since I graduated and found a bunch of new ways to push myself in a way that I can actually achieve. I'm now a pediatric neurosurgeon with a dyslexic kid and a loving husband who pushes me to be the very best version of myself every day. That is incredible. During my master's, there were countless cases where I thought outside the box, which is my biggest advantage with dyslexia, and I came up with new strategies. However, there were other times where I fell significantly behind. I simply couldn't wrap my head around a certain course that I had to eventually retake during the summer. Every summer, I had to retake at least one course, but I ended up understanding it more than anyone else. Today, I still struggle with my time management, which really puts a toll on my family, but my husband has given me a number of strategies to help, even though I still slip up from time to time. If I could go back in time and show my younger self who I've become, she would never have believed me because of all of the negativity that she was surrounded by. She would be so incredibly proud of me and my kids, and she wouldn't ever doubt herself for a second. So I would say trust the process because proper remediation won't arrive for years to come. But believe in yourself because you are the only person that understands you and you'll be able to manage everything later on. So believe in yourself. That is incredible. Thank you so much for sharing your story. This person wanted to remain anonymous, but I am so grateful that they shared. That is incredible. And the struggles that they went through and the bullying and being called lazy and slow by teachers is awful. And I love that your parents were supportive and that there was that one teacher, that one person who showed up and made a difference. That is incredible. And thank you for sharing. And if any of you who are listening want to share your dyslexia story, you can go to the link in my bio, click on share your story, and put it in there, and I will potentially share it here.